Braves, Blue Jays, William, Nathaniel, Scholo to the third's team. 50 home runs in the months of March and April and May. They're still swinging. Carl Everett with a runner on first. Just like that, the Rangers go from 6-2 down to 6-4, 10th for Everett. Rafael Palmeiro, number 498. Sneaking up on 500, his 8th of the year. The Rangers down just 7-5. Now, for a while, Everett had a share of the American League home run lead. Not no more. Not no more. That darn good English by me. Juan Gonzalez hit his 10th, hit his 11th right there. His 5th in this series, down 7-6 now, and Cliff Polite trying to get Everett, and he drives one. But the park will hold it. So 7-6, the Jays hold on to win it by a count of 7-6.
Jays won the last fall's World Series heroes. John Lackey off to a rough start, 1-2, ERA over 7. That doesn't help. Bottom of the first, Carlos Delgado. His 9th, the 3-run shot. Blue Jays grabbed the early lead. Top 9, Blue Jays starter Corey Lytle still pitching. Fan runs onto the field. We can't really see it here. Toronto's second baseman Rolando Hudson pushed him down. Fan is then apprehended by security and taken off the field. Hudson is just fine. Later in the 9th, 3-1 Jays, 2 outs. Lytle facing Tim Salmon. Lytle's going to take care of it. Goes the distance, gets the win. Blue Jays take the 3-1 victory. A little shaving cream pie, and then Lytle spoke of the latest fan intrusion.
Why the hell people do this? You know, it's come to a sporting event to watch a game, not go get your 2 minutes of fame on the field. My reaction is I hope they throw him in jail.
Blue Jays, bottom third, 1-0 Jays. Scott Shields facing Vernon Wells with the man on it. Wells, a little base knock there. Shannon Stewart will score. Blue Jays lead 2-0, but Wells, he was just getting started. Top 4, same score, Tim Salmon. And there's a little big guy. That 19-game hitting streak is now 20. Not bad. Bottom 7, 2-1 Blue Jays. Ben Weber. Bases loaded for Wells. Gotta have the money ball. Wells' second grand slam this season. We'll take another look. Wells a laser. How about this for a game? 4 for 4, 5 RBIs. Jays win at 7-1. Good day to be Vernon Wells. Kind of wish I was, Ray.
World champs in danger of being swept out of Toronto and into last in the West. Bases loaded, 2 outs, bottom 4. Vernon Wells. He went granny Saturday, and he gets walked by Ramon Ortiz. Forced in a run. Who's better than Vernon Wells, who's got 31 RBIs on the season? Oh, it's Carlos Delgado. He doubles to left center. He's got 34 stakes this year. Delgado and Wells are 1-2 in the league in RBI. 6-2 Jays. Bottom 5, Frank Catalanotto. He's playing every day. Ball players say if you play every day, you play better. Adam Kennedy fields, fires. Nice barehanded catch, but everybody's safe. The Jays, 8-9 hitters, 5 for 8, 4 runs. They had a closed-door meeting after this one to the Angels. It wasn't pretty. Salmon to third. His hit streak is snapped. He had hit in 20 straight. Angels lose 8-2. Hello, basement in the West.
198 big flies, bottom 1. Hank Blaylock already homered for the Rangers. Palmeiro can't match him. Roy Halladay gets him. Palmeiro 0 for 2 on the night. Top 2, Carlos Delgado batting .429 with 4 homers in his last 10 games. Raising both those totals, tying this game with the solo shot against Colby Lewis, who then drills the next batter, Josh Phelps, and that will not go unavenged. Phelps would score an Orlando Hudson double. Hudson and Greg Myers would score on a Jason Worth home run. First of his career. Give him the baseball. It's 5-1. Bottom 2, 2 outs. Halladay with a little payback. It's Einar Diaz in the back. And both benches are told to behave. Diaz goes to first. Michael Young singles him to second. And Carl Everett bringing them all home. His 11th. It's a 5-4 ball game. All right, you remember Delgado led off the top of the second with a home run. He'll lead off the top of the third the same way. Chases Lewis with his second shot at Jack. Rangers up 6-4. Go up 9-4. When in the 4th, Vernon Wells to the wishing well against Lewis's replacement, Esteban Yan. Toronto with 5 home runs against Texas pitching. It's 10-4, good buddy. Could Delgado make it 11-4 with his 3rd-round tripper? Gets Goodwood. It's not good enough. Everett makes the grab, but the Jays grab the win, 15-5.
Blue Jays in Texas. Carlos Delgado, 1 of 3, tied for the most home runs in baseball with 11. Carl Everett and Juan Gon, the other 2, top 1. There goes Delgado. Solo shot, his 3rd in 2 nights against Texas. His 12th, so he's now leading the major leagues. He hit it 3-0 Toronto. Top 4, Eric Hinske to right. Juan Gahn's out there. He can play some D most of the time. Hinske goes into second, but hold on. Next batter's Tom Wilson. Joaquin Benoit, though, going to throw over to first. Appeal. They say Hinske never tagged first, and home plate ump Ron Kulpa, he agrees Hinske is out. And Carlos Tosca is out as well, but he does not get tossed. Let's check it out. Inconclusive. Foot came awfully close to tagging the bag, and he was pretty upset. 2 batters later, Orlando Hudson. Just short. A-Rod showing why he won his first Gold Glove last year. This year, just 1 error in 155 chances so far. Bottom 4, here's Juan Gahn. Off Tanyan Sturtz, his 12th. That ties Delgado for the Major League lead. It's a 3-3 game. Juan Gahn, 3 for 4. Bottom 6, A-Rod. His 11th, 4-3 Texas. Sturtz allowed 5 runs on 8 hits and 5 2/3. Jays down 1, 5-4 in the 8th. Hinske to deep left, and Carl Everett's out there. Look at Carl Everett go get it. Rangers win 5-4. They snap the Blue Jays' 5-game winning streak.
98 Rangers hosting Shannon Stewart and the Blue Jays. Shannon Stewart, he's been lifting. It's a 3-run homer. His first of the season, his 1,000th career hit, 4-0 Toronto. It's 8-4 Toronto on the 7-2 on 1 out. A-Rod. Rodriguez, double play. A-Rod was 1 for 5. He's still hitting .336. Bottom 8, same score. Rafael Palmeiro at the plate against Trevor Miller. Number 499 for Raffy, 9th of the season. Same inning, it's 8-5 Toronto now. 1 on, 2 outs. Cliff Polite on the mound. Einar Diaz, contact. Shannon Stewart not only hits a 3-run homer, but he makes a great catch at the wall to close the inning. Bottom 9, 8-6 Toronto now. Runner on third, 2 outs, full count. It's back to Palmeiro facing Polite. Not this time. He will stay on 499 for now. Toronto wins 8-6.
Blue Jays in Anaheim. Aaron Seeley making his season debut. He'd been out since March, recovering from right shoulder surgery. Top 1 gets Greg Myers out of a jam there. Top 2, Eric Hinske, an 0-2 pitch, waves at it. Seeley struck out 4. Orlando Hudson. After walking Hudson, he strikes out Chris Woodward. Benji Molina tries to throw out Hudson stealing, so there's the strike him out, throw him out. Top 3, Vernon Wells. Seeley gets Wells to ground into the 5-4-3. Seeley out of another jam. He allowed 1 run on only 2 hits and 5 2/3. Scoreless in the 4th. Sean Awoken off Doug Davis. Fly ball, back it goes. Just deep enough, and the Angels have a 2-0 lead. It was 4-1 in the 7th. Tim Salmon. And Salmon punches that one into left. Bidding for a home run here. It's off the Ameriquest mortgage sign. 2-run score. Angels win 6-1. Yeah, give them a plug. Anaheim's 4th straight win. They are back at 500, 17-17.
The world champs in Anaheim, Ramon Ortiz gave up an AL high 40 home runs last season. This season he's given up just 6.
2-1.
And Ramon's like, thanks a lot, guys. Top 4, Angels up 2-1. Greg Myers scoring deep. His 4th of the year solo shot, game tied at 2. Bottom 5, same score. Mark Hendrickson pitching. Jose Molina giving Vernon Wells a chance to show off his fielding skills. Top of the 6th, Vernon Wells says it's not all about the leather. I got the lumber too. 1 on and 1 gone. Off Ortiz, 8th of the year for Wells, and the Blue Jays going to win it. Final count of 7-4.
I'm winners of 4 out of 5, but Toronto's won 4 of 5 from the world champs this year. Roy Halladay's been getting lit up. Major League high 12 home runs surrendered this year, but here, Salmon swings and misses. 2 batters later, Troy Gloss, who actually had a home run in the 2nd inning here, reckless eyeballed it. Halladay dialed in. Doc, 7 2/3, 2 earned runs, 6 Ks. Bottom 6, little David Eckstein up. He's pesky. Carlos Delgado in a 1 for 17 slump, but he's got to play defense, and he does here, diving to get the out. Top 8, Tom Wilson facing Francisco Rodriguez. This just in, the World Series is over. Wilson goes out to visit Chaka, Marshall, Will, and Holly in the Slee Stacks. The land of the lost. Jays win 4-2. Wilson's 3rd homer.
Double Rays Blue Jays. John Rocker making his 2nd appearance for Tampa Bay. Pitched last Friday. And while he walked the only 2 guys he faced on Friday, walked the first guy he saw on Wednesday. That was Frank Catalanotto. Then he hit Vernon Wells. Finally got Carlos Delgado to ground into a force. Got it got an out. Then Greg Myers singles to left, scoring Catalanotto 7-2 Blue Jays. Myers 3 for 3 with 3 ribs. That's nice. A couple of batters later with the bases chucked, Eric Hinske grounds to second. Marlon Anderson starting the double play. So rocker an inning, 2 hits, an earned run. Does get out of the jam, but the D-Rays still lose 7-6. There were 3 homers. Rays Blue Jays, guy getting hit in the head, not quite so funny. Bottom 9, Carlos Delgado at the plate. Grounds back to Lance Carter, but Delgado breaks his bat on the swing and it hits him in the back of the head. He is sore. Look at this again. Delgado breaks the bat and right around gets him into coconut. Trainer checked him out, reported ringing in his ears, some wooziness and soreness. I'm sure a Devil Rays win 9-5 didn't help either.
You start our highlight saying, which Royals pitcher will fare the worst?
Oh.
That's never good for the Royals pitching staff. You got your choices right there. Chris George, first up, got the start against the Toronto Blue Jays, who came with their hitting shoes stripes tied nice and tight. Vernon Wells, it's called a double to left through Randa's wickets. 5 earned for George in 5 innings pitched, 7 hits. So file that one away as we introduce you to Jason Gilfillan. And Vernon Wells, a 2-run shot, his 11th of the season. Blue Jays go up 9-0. This pitcher, 1 inning pitch, 5 hits, 4 earned. Oh boy, now how about Sean Lowe? It's Wells again, who had 4 RBI, and AL leading 43 of those he's got now. 4-hit night for Wells. Lowe, he was the one who fared the worst. 5 hits, 5 earned. Blue Jays win 18-1. So they had 18 just like the Twins. For the first time since September of 2000, 2 Major League Baseball teams put up 18 spots on the very same day. Amazingly, John.
Amazing it is.
Oh. Well, Toronto laid a season-high 18 runs and 22 hits on Tony Peña's Kansas City club Friday. Top 8 tied at 3-2 on 2 out. Jason Grimsley pitching. Orlando Hudson, the chopper, and first base umpire Jerry Davis says safe. Tony Peña did not come out to argue, says he has to be 90% sure before leaving the dugout. Grimsley sure it was the wrong call. This is the wrong pitch to the next batter. Pinch hitting Frank Catalanotto. He clears the bases with the RBI triple. And then Grimsley, well, he's going to go Brett on us. So by George, we thought we'd revisit. July 24th, 1983, the Pine Tar incident. George Brett probably shaking his head right about now. Well, Grimsley, after the triple, ejected on his way to the dugout when he was pulled, got to the dugout, came out to give Davis a piece of his mind and, well, to compare mouthwashes. He'd eventually toss the Gatorade bucket onto the field. The Blue Jays would eventually win this ball game 7-4.
Sweet Blue Jays trying to finish off the Royals. Ed Rapuano umpiring at first now. Royals having issues with umpires at first. On Saturday, Jason Grimsley charged out of the dugout to argue a call with Jerry Davis. Not my homeboy, but the ump, you know.
Right.
Back to Sunday, top of the 6th, tied at 1, 2 on, 1 out. And looks like a double play, feels like a double play. But Kyle Schneider did not have his foot on the bag. Tony Peña comes out. Rapuano shows his foot next to the bag. Watch this. He was there in time. Looks like his foot is there. Next batter, and how many times have you seen this happen? Josh Phelps, a 3-run home run, his 6th of the year. Jays lead the American League with 263 runs scored. Kansas City falls to 2nd place with the White Sox. Chicago's new hitting coach, Gary Walker. First day on the job for him. Manager Jerry Manuel still has his job, and he's got a quote on the lack of offense. He said, "We haven't given anyone down there any support. That's what's killing us. We aren't scoring runs." And he's got a point. Since April 21st, you can see Chicago's results, and they're ugly. Honest, they're ugly. 9-16 in the win-loss column, 232 for a batting average, 3.1 runs per game, and a 380 slugging percentage. Bottom 5, Sandy Alomar up with 1 on. He bunts down the line. Eric Hinske picks it up and tags Joe Crede. Call safe at first, but umpires confer, and they call Crede out. Let's take a look at it. Close call. Jerry Manuel comes out to argue, and umpire Angel Hernandez says, not only was he out, but so are you. Top 6, Eric Hinske facing Dave Sanders. And Hinske going deep. 2nd of the year. He scored twice in the ball game, and it's 6-1 Jays. Top 7, Orlando Hudson up with the bases loaded, and that's going to be trouble. Everybody's coming home to score. Blue Jays go up 10-1, 4 RBI in the game for Hudson. Jays take it 12-2, and they won 4 in a row.
Sox hosting the Blue Jays Wednesday night. Bottom 8, Sox down 5-4. Carlos Lee with 2 strikes. Cliff Police thought he got him. Angel Hernandez says no, and Police cannot believe it. The next pit, Lee You Polite me. 2-run homer, Sox up 6-5, leads 8th of the season, and you can't get it back. Top 9, Dave Berg facing Billy Koch. Tying run on third, Berg hits to short. Jose Valentin, the throw is high, but check out Paul Konerko. Homered, and he made that play. Sox win it 6-5, improved to 2-20 now when trailing after 7 innings.
First of 4 in Toronto. Charles Gibson in for Bernie at center. Top of the first, no score, 2 men on. Carlos Delgado. He's built for this. His 14th home run of the year. It's 3-0 Toronto. That one coming off of Andy Pettitte. Top of the third, Jays up 4-1 now. Man on first for Delgado. Delgado with a magic stick. His 33rd career multi-homer game. He leads the AL this year with 15 homers at 6-1. Top of the fourth, Pettitte still in there, and he's dealing to Chris Woodward. Woodward is only hit of the game. Gibson, oh well, bad decision-making there. A leadoff triple for Woodward. He's hitting .268. Pettitte allowed 7 runs, 9 hits, and 3 2/3. Top of the 7th, Dave Berg with a contact. Gibson again, he's charging. Put the money in the bag. Great catch for Gibson. It's a SportsCenter Top 10 nominee with good reason as he lays out. Roy Halladay winning his 5th straight start. Pettitte loses his career worst 4th straight decision.
Yankees, losers of 8 of 9 at home, hosting Toronto. They have home issues of their own. Derek Jeter, a late scratch, rainy weather, got that tender left hammy. Mike Mussina did not have a good day. Top 2, he walks leadoff batter Greg Myers, and Mike Bordick singles to center. Myers comes in. They wave Eric Hinske as well, so it's 2-1 Toronto. Bordick ties a career high. He's got a 13-game hitting streak. Top 4 now, Mussina again in trouble. Again, it's his fault. He walks the leadoff guy. It's Hinske, free pass. Shannon Stewart is up now. Eventually. And that's up the middle. Hinske scores 4-1 Toronto. Mussina loses his 3rd straight start. He gave up 4 runs on 7 hits in the first 4 innings. Bottom 8 down 6-1 now. Canyon Sturtz hits Jorge Posada. That's the 3rd time in 2 days Jorge's been hit. He's not happy. Next up, Hideki Matsui. Oh, he got all of that one. 1-6-3 deep. Posada called out for base runner interference over here. He would be ejected. Just taking guys out there. It's hard, aggressive baseball. Blue Jays win 6-2. The Yankees, we said, having problems in the Bronx. They have lost 5 straight and 9 of 10 now at Yankee Stadium. Hosting Toronto, Derek Jeter back. Yankees riding a 5-game losing streak at home. Haven't seen this since Dallas Green's Yanks lost 6 straight at home. In '89, a Bam Bam Mullen sighting there. Let's get back to Saturday. Top 4, Tom Wilson. David Wells got that one up. They say it's a ground rule double. It stays in the yard. Fan interference, 2-0 Jays. What happened there? Well, a fan leans over right there. It's off the top of the wall. The fan would be removed, but he's a smart fan. He's like, hey, I paid $14 for this beer, and I'm taking it with me.
That's a deal.
That's right. Top 6, Vernon Wells. Wells got that one up again. Frank Catalano, 3-0 Toronto as the Blue Jays reel off 4 consecutive doubles against David Wells. Next up, Carlos Delgado. Juan Rivera's out there, and watch the footwork. Is there a Tom Emanski tape for that? Another ground rule double, 4-0 Jays as Wells allowed 5 runs on 9 hits and 5+. Rivera gets himself all turned around. That's not defensive support. Bottom 9, Juan Rivera, though. Tying run at the plate, Cliff Poley gets Rivera to fly out to Reed Johnson, who makes a somewhat dramatic catch out there. Corey Lytle watching. He's now the Major's first 8-game winner. Yankees have lost 6 straight at home. Jeff Brantley, what
Win 5-1. Blue Jays looking for their first ever 4-game sweep of the Yankees. Joe Torre's team has lost 6 straight at home. Last Yankees team to lose 7 straight, the '86 Bombers, they lost 10 straight. A couple of Yankee legends explain what was going on back then.
We've been hurting ourselves and haven't played good defense. The pitching hasn't been real exceptional.
It's hard to explain. It seems like at times we play pretty good baseball here. It's just amazing. We go on the road and seem to relax a little bit more. I think that would be the only thing you can really see visually.
All right, so let's pick up Sunday's game. Bottom of the second, no score. Jorge Posada lines one into the stands. Ball hit a fan, and Posada obviously concerned. The bench was concerned as well. Charles Gibson, meanwhile, says, come on, Jorge, keep your head in it. Next pitch, Jorge's all good.
I guess he kept his head in.
Yeah, he did. His 12th homer of the year, his only hit, but it didn't matter. 1-0 Yankees at that point. The fan apparently okay, but goes for medical attention. Posada wanted to give her a bat. Derek Jeter says, sorry, dog, she's gone. Top of the the fourth, 1-0 New York, and Soriano boots one, and from there, Jeff Weaver begins to struggle. 3 batters later, bases loaded for Greg Myers, and Myers doubles down the right field line. Catalinato, Vernon Wells score. Weaver 5 runs in 5 innings, 2-1 Jays. They scored 4 in the 4th. Bottom of the 7th, it's 5-1 Jays now. Joe Torre shook up the batting order, and maybe it worked for Derek Jeter. Jeter smokes one out. Jeter taking Pete Walker for the home alone shot. Great grab by the fan, though. Yankees still trail 5-2, and then Cliff Politte. The 4th reliever used by Toronto gets Mondesi looking. Blue Jays win 5-3. It's the 8th save for Cliff. Meanwhile, Roger's going to have to come in and break this schneid.
Tomorrow we have everything, we have all our eggs in one basket tomorrow, and that's Roger. That's a pretty good place to be, and hopefully we can respond with some runs early.
Go inside this series, the Blue Jays with their first ever 4-game sweep of the Yankees. Carlos Delgado and Shannon Stewart combined for
Chicago at Toronto. Mark Burley looking for career win number 42, but looking at Tony Graffinino losing that gloving feeling. The E puts runners on first and second with no outs. Frank Catalinato up next. Carlos Lee in left. And apparently he left his game mid at home. Chris Woodward will come home on the air. One of 4 White Sox miscues on the day. It's 3-2 Chicago. Vernon Wells walked to load the bases. Carlos Delgado, 0 for 10 career against Burley. Finds a base hit that scores 2, gives the Jays a 4-3 lead. Delgado leads the majors with 51 RBIs. Monday was the first time they'd opened the Sky Dome roof this season, or was it a case of the roof caving in on Chicago? Joe Creedy doesn't tag third. Burley eventually tagged for 2 more in the inning. Rick White replaced him after the 6th, and in the 7th, Woodward blisters that offering. Just his second. Jays win at 11-5. Chicago has dropped 10 of its last 12 road games as it opens a 14-game road trip.
Good pitching matchup at Sky Dome, eh? Bartolo Colon for the White Sox and Roy Halladay for the Blue Jays. It's been a terrific May for these guys. Got the best win-loss record in baseball this month, 306, 32 homers, 2 wins away from a team record for most wins in a given month. 1-1 in the 5th, Orlando Hudson facing Cologne. Josh Phelps at first to center. And Phelps hustling in there all the way to third. Hudson trying to turn this into 2. And he is also safe at second. Jerry Manuel, he's under a lot of heat in Chicago, and he's going to go out there, but now the call would stand. Sorry, Jerry, go back. Next batter, Dave Berg. Very nice hit, Mr. Berg. To second. They're coming home to get Phelps. Or is he? Hold on. Jerry's out there again. Take another look. Very close call. Here's he tags him right under the arm. Yeah, but the call stands. Jays up 2-1. Plenty for Roy Halladay, who wins his 6th great start. First complete game of the year. Allowed 1 run on 7 hits, struck out 7. He has not lost since April 15th. Toronto red hot.
Sox Blue Jays. Jerry Manuel's team struggling. Maglio Ordonez had a quote in Wednesday's Chicago Tribune saying, "We stink. That's it. We stink." Top of the first batter, D'Angelo Jimenez for Chicago. Jimenez, contact, loops it, in for a single, but wait a minute, Jimenez, what's he doing? What is Jimenez doing? He's trying to stretch that into a double, and Vernon Wells throws him out. Bad base running, high on the stinkometer.
Stinkometer.
Maglio Ordonez at the plate. Kelvin Escobar strikes him out. Ordonez said they stink, and now he proves it. Frank Catalinato hits a chopper to Jose Valentin. Valentin, what about him? He can't handle it. It was a tough hop. That's a moderate on the stinkometer.
Still could use some deodorant.
Ordonez up with 2 on. Take that, stinkometer, says Maglio. How's that aroma? White Sox win 8-0. John Garland pitched 8 scoreless innings for the win. White Sox Blue Jays. The former Blue Jay, Esteban Loaiza, looking for his 8th win in a Chicago uniform. Carlos Delgado, his 16th home run of the year. He's tied with Alfonso Soriano for the AL lead. He also has 52 RBIs, does Delgado. He's hitting .327. Top of the 4th, Valentin facing Corey Lytle. Sharp grounder. Delgado misses the ball. Maglio Ordonez would score. Brian Daubach would move to 3rd. We're tied at 1. Delgado committed 2 of Toronto's season-high 4 errors. And then Miguel Olivo, a broken bat. Delgado diving. He can't make the play. Daubach would score. It's 2-1 White Sox. Let's get fancy. Toronto's Howie Clark and Chicago's Joe Borchard. They look like twins, don't they? Still in the 4th, Borchard. Sack fly. Valentin looking to score on that, and will. It's 3-1 Chicago. Mind if we get fancy again? Borchard is chipped in. Time for Clark to mirror the effort. Get it? Bottom 5 runners at the corners, 2 out. Clark the chopper up the middle. Clark hustling to beat the throw at first. Orlando Hudson would score. Toronto within 1, 3-2, bottom 8. Loaiza getting Clark. Looking 7 2/3 innings, 5 hits, 4 Ks. Loaiza gets his 8th win, and the White Sox beat Toronto 3-2.
Boston at Toronto. Sox have won John Burkett's last 4 starts. Despite his ERA, and Doug Davis claimed off waivers his ERA reason why. Both fellas looking at teams that rank 1, 2 in many at-bat categories. Jay's first at-bat, up a run. Carlos Delgado going to put up another. Goes the opposite way against Burkett. Delgado with a major league leading 55 RBIs. Second in the majors in ribs. Vernon Wells, superfly in the second with 2 on, his 12th. And it's 6-2 Jays. We'll keep it in the second. Greg Myers. His 6th. Burkett allowed a season-high 8 runs on 8 hits in just 2 innings, his shortest outing of the season. Sox, the only team in the majors without a 3-game losing streak. Jay's about to change that. Davis gets drilled by Manny on Ramirez's 31st birthday, but team recovers to get Manny at first, and the Blue Jays win it 13-2.
28 homers, 107 RBIs. They went 0 for 7, so how did the Blue Jays get their runs? Well, they got them with Dave Big. Very nice home run, Mr. Big. In the 4th off Casey Fossum, his 3rd. Big tied a career high with 4 RBIs. It's 5-3 Jays, 6-6 in the 6th. It's Mike Bordick's turn. 2-run shot, his first homer since last September. As Fossum is waxed, allowed a career-high 9 runs on 9 hits in 5 1/3. 4 batters later, Mike Timlin on. Frank Catalano doubles. Toronto has scored 112 runs in its last 16 games. They set a franchise record for wins in a month. They went 21-8 in May. That after a 10-18 April. They beat Boston 10-7.